Yo, what's up YouTube? Chisha Zed back in here again with another video for you. Peace, positivity, self-awareness, and motivation. Let's get into it. Guys, so last night I was up way too late and I noticed that the new Matrix trailer just dropped. This is Matrix 4 Resurrections. Now, why is this important? Well, obviously it excited me because Matrix is kind of like a go-to reference to explain the RP. It was the way I had it explained to me the first time I heard it, and it seems like it's been the perfect explanation to explain it to other people. The coincidence in that movie and the RP, I want to call it awareness or the community. A lot of people don't like that community word, and we'll get into that later on. But it was just way too perfect, man. I mean, even in the new trailer, right? So many men can relate to the character that Keanu Reeves plays. You can tell that his character is trying to figure out his way through life. You can tell that he's searching for something. He's searching for truth. Whatever it is, he's looking for some type of purpose in his life. It reminds me of this quote that I remember from the Joe Rogan podcast where he talks about men living lives of quiet desperation. And when I first heard that, I was like, really? I never truly understood it. I was like, yeah, maybe. You know, that was until I moved to LA. When I first heard that quote, I was living with my friends at the time and family and shit like that. You know what I mean? Wasn't truly on my own. And that quote hit me a little bit different the second time I heard it when I moved out to LA. Nobody had my back. Just me out here learning to figure it out on my own. The pressure was on. Got my own place and focused on making things work. And when you look at Keanu Reeves' character, he's sort of living that life, man. And a lot of guys can relate to having the pressures of lives on your back 24/7, right? As soon as you wake up, you're expected to find your purpose. You're expected to make things work. And the pressure never lets off. So people gravitated towards this character. And that coupled with the idea of the blue pill, right, that gets introduced to Keanu Reeves in the movie, and the red pill, the blue representing blue pill conditioning, the lack of awareness, the conditioning of this is how we want the world to work, but this is not actually how it works, right? These are lies. That was the blue pill. You're unaware. That's what the blue pill represents. You're not awake. You're asleep. And the red pill representing life and awareness and being awake. And we know in the movie that Neo decides to take the red pill. So it just related perfectly. Still a great example to explain the RP to people who may be new to it. Maybe you're new and you're hearing this for the first time. Good for you. And that got me thinking. A few days ago, I did a video where I talked about how the RP changes the way that you listen to music, or at least how you take music in. And that video was specifically inspired by Drake's new album, where I told you guys like, hey, I'm a fan of Drake and I enjoy his music and there were some good songs on that recent album. But I thought about old songs that I just can't listen to by Drake or by any other artist. Some of my favorite artists, man. Some of my favorite artists. There's no artist that I think I could just listen to probably every song. Yeah, can't think of everyone, because at some point it goes into that like real simpish, blue pillish way of thinking about life. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to that type of music, because a lot of people misunderstood me. I'm not saying don't listen to certain songs that are too simp. No, man, it's just a personal thing of mine. I enjoy Drake's music. Like I said before, it wasn't that I said, stop listening to Drake, stop listening to all your favorite artists, they're all simps. No. That wasn't the point. The point was music does change. The way you take in music does change, and you get to decide, right, how you take that music in. And it does change after you become RP aware. That was the whole point. And naturally, what I found out that it works the same way with everything else, including movies, right? Movies. When you first start watching movies, you're just enjoying the movie, right? You're taking in the story. You're going along with the character. You don't recognize the blue pill conditioning that they have in a lot of movies. And then you become RP aware and you start noticing different things. You start noticing that from a young age, man, they teach men to treat women like they're all queens, right? A damsel in distress. She's a princess trapped in a castle. She's a sleeping beauty. Beauty and the Beast. all these famous kind of childhood movies we take in, and subconsciously they end up affecting the way that we interact with the women in our lives. I mean, let's take the Beauty and the Beast, for example, right? Beauty and the Beast. Looking at it, you're like, okay, so she's this princess. And this could point to why people think to themselves like, man, why are women so entitled? Why do they all think they're special? Well, they grow up watching all these movies that tell them that they're special. And you grow up watching these movies that let you know like, hey, you got to find this princess. You got to rescue her. You got to treat her like the nice guy. You got to be good. And that's how you get the girl, which we know just isn't true, right? And then you take the RP and you think to yourself, wait, does every girl need to be rescued? Or better yet, does every girl deserve to be rescued, right? You start asking questions. You start realizing that women are attracted to men who respect themselves, who stand up for themselves. More alpha type men, more masculine type men. And the conditioning that they've really taught you to be is more on that blue pill side. But let's take Beauty and the Beast, for example, right? I'm sure you know about the movie, probably not your favorite childhood movie, but we know these movies. We've got this guy, he's a beast, and he's looking for his beauty. And he's searching far and wide, and he has to find her and fall in love, and she kisses him, and then he turns from this beast to this handsome prince, right? And all the girls are loving it. The guys are kind of like, okay, whatever, cool. It is what it is. But if you pay close attention, there are real truths within those lies that they also try to feed you, right? They never talk about how the beast is rich as fuck, right? He's got the mansion. He's got all the talking plates and shit. He's got the fucking candle. You know what I mean? Over there just dancing around like, damn, this boy's rich. You know what I mean? Like they never talk about he's rich as hell. And if you don't have his money, no princess is coming to kiss you if you look like a beast. Not happening. Just not happening. Right? They don't talk about that side of the story. One of my favorite freaking movies is Shrek, bro. You look at Shrek, and Shrek, I liked him even now because he was kind of like, you know, he had some alpha in him. You know what I mean? Like Fiona was there trying to intimidate him. And he's kind of like, whatever, I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? He stood up for himself. He wasn't the lovey-dovey type. Even until today, he's probably the realest one from my past childhood kind of movies that I was forced to watch as a kid, or that I remember watching. And as we know, eventually Shrek and the chick like fall in love, but they can't just end it at that, right? She has to turn into a beast herself so that it makes sense. Okay, but that's looking at the movies from like an RP lens. If you don't do that, a lot of these TV shows, movies of today, you realize that they're trying to push this blue pill agenda, trying to condition you to think more along of the blue pill lines. That's what they're trying to do. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious, man. I know you've seen it. I know you've been watching Netflix and you're enjoying your favorite show and you're looking at this simp dude in the show and you're just like, nah, man, don't. There he goes. And they're actually teaching guys to do that, right? The guy goes and he's crying. I can't live without you. I love you so much. Please. And he's begging. And you know he's fucking up. You don't beg to a woman if she doesn't want to be with you. That's not how you get the girl, right? You walk away, you let her be, you show her that you have the balls to leave her alone. But there's men out there, majority of men are watching this shit and they're thinking like, I'm gonna fight for my love. That's how a man handles himself. Yeah, right. Now, does this mean that you can't enjoy movies? No, that is not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. You know, I'm just saying like filter out the blue pill conditioning. And I don't have to say this, man. I know most of you guys probably do that already, right? You filter out the BS. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy art. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy movies. But understanding the framework and the mindset that those writers are in, the type of society, which is gynocentric society, female-based society, where it's coming from, you know that everything that you take in is going to be strategically placed in a way that it benefits women. They want you to be the beta. Why? Because you're naturally easily manipulated. They want you to be unaware. Why? Because they can get away with more with the unaware beta male simp. Women have two ways of getting what they want out of life. The first way is victimhood. The second way is manipulation. It's not fair, right? How many times do you hear women talk about that? Double standards. Complaining that we live in some type of a patriarchy when the truth is we live in a gynocentric society. You get in more trouble today saying bad things about women like this channel, right? Bad things in quotation marks because you hold women accountable, right? Than you will holding men accountable. You hold men accountable, you have women out there and brands supporting you, and yes, we need more women in power. But yeah, man, just filter out the blue pill conditioning, filter out that shit. Because at the end of the day, and here's the truth, the RP is neither bad nor good. It's just truth. It's just human nature. Now, on my channel, I encourage you to use that to your advantage to live a more positive, peaceful, self-aware, motivating life, right? Because that's the type of life I want to live. I hope I'm making a positive difference in your life. That's outside of the RP. RP is just truth. It's human nature. It's not some type of debatable fact that the majority of women by nature are hypergamous. It's not a debatable fact that nice guys finish last. We see it all around us. Women don't want the nice guy. Women don't want the simp, the beta. They don't want it. They'll rather share an alpha than deal with a beta male. Overall, man, I'm looking forward to The Matrix, looking forward to the movie in itself. Men, listen to me. Be alert, right? Go out here, risk, because that is what you're supposed to do as a man. Find your purpose, find your calling, and that won't be an easy journey, but you can do it. And as you grow, as you go forward in life and fail and succeed and fail and succeed, you will become into a better man. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. I appreciate every last one of my subscribers. Every last one of you are much appreciated. Until next time. Also, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Are you looking forward to the movie? Did you see the trailer? Does it look good? Let me know what you thought. Until next time, I'm out, man. Peace.
And if you can, please enjoy the show.
I'm a walking Liberty Bell. Freedom ring through my stride. Freedom to be inside and be a slave to my pride. And right away to scream. Man, this love's so serene. I should probably shake it up just a little bit.